new edition of Late Night Health. I'm Mark Alyn. This is the season to give generously, and coming up is something that we've been talking about for the last couple of years, and it's Giving Tuesday, with all the goodies that you bought for your family and friends, yourself, with Black Friday, Black Monday. It's time to give to those who just don't have what you have, what I have. Our expert is Rachel Hutchisson of BlackBaud. Explains why the holiday season is critical for social good organizations. Rachel, welcome to Late Night Health.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
My pleasure. I'm really curious. Because of the pandemic, will donations to nonprofits this year be lower than needed?
You know, we're not actually going to know until the very end of the year because so much money is given in the month of December and the last weeks and even hours of December. But things are looking pretty good right now. You know, we had a pretty rocky second quarter in terms of the world of philanthropy because, you know, if you go back on the calendar a bit, halfway through March, all of a sudden it was like the world turned upside down. And so April, May, June was kind of hard with all those nonprofits canceling events and not asking for money. But we've seen an uptick through the summer months and into the fall, and this is such an important time of year for people to give back. So we're really hoping that Giving Tuesday will help spur that on.
And Giving Tuesday doesn't have to be just Giving Tuesday. As you said, it can last it should last throughout the year. But right now we're looking at the critical time of December.
Right. So Giving Tuesday is a global giving holiday that's celebrated on the Tuesday after Thanksgiving, following Black Friday and Cyber Monday. But you don't have to just give on Giving Tuesday. It's just a moment when lots of people like BlackBaud are amplifying the idea that it's a good thing to give back. But lots of nonprofits raise money all year round, and particularly in the fall and winter months heading into the end of the year.
With weather already changing and getting cold, I would assume that there are many homeless shelters, for example, that need blankets. Socks are the number one requested item at shelters. People need to help, don't they?
Absolutely, and you're right. It's socks. Homeless shelters never get enough socks, and so if you want to go out and buy something for an organization, that's a good thing. But, you know, food banks this year are being relied on very heavily, more than in previous years, and organizations that are dealing with people who might be living on the street or who might be living with very limited means, those are always wonderful things to support.
And BlackBaud promotes corporate social responsibility. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so BlackBaud is the world's leading cloud software company powering social good. So that means we provide technology that helps nonprofits and others operate. It helps them run their operations and raise money. But we also believe strongly in giving back as a company. And so, you know, we run lots of programs for our employees to help connect them to opportunities to give back, whether it's giving money or giving their time.
Is time still needed even right now with social distancing, with the pandemic?
Yeah, absolutely. Although individuals have to make their own decisions about, you know, their comfort level in going out and serving, physically serving in a location with other people. That is up to them. But, you know, I know lots of food banks are being really careful about how they get people together to do packing. But there are lots of ways you can give back actually through your computer as well, you know, using your skills or mentoring kids or, you know, helping an organization develop a marketing plan. You know, people are getting creative about how they give back, and the need is always there for people to give time, whether it's in addition to money or in place of money.
Are they the same? Do they equal each other? I mean, right now
it depends on the level of the gift.
And all that. Got it.
You know, I would tell you that organizations flat out would like you to give them financial donations because then they can invest that donation exactly where they most need it. But sometimes a person's ability to give money They can't give a lot of money, but they have a skill that actually is very valuable. Some donations of time can be more valuable than a cash donation, for sure. It just depends.
And does it look like that people are going to be giving at the level that they have?
Well, the signs are good. We have something called the BlackBaud Index, and as I was explaining, the second quarter, April, May, June, looked pretty rough as organizations were canceling events. But in the summer months, things, came back up again, and people are reaching into their pockets and being generous. And there is a lot of need, but it does look like Americans are doing what we do, which is being generous.
And what is that? Why do you think Americans do that?
It's a part of our history. If you look back at the stories of even the founding of the country and major figures in the country as we developed, there's always been this ethos that you help other people. And it is, we do definitely also have a tax system that incents that. But, there are a lot of people who give or are not giving for a tax credit. But we do definitely have that system in the country, which does help provide incentives.
And this year is different than any other year, not only for nonprofits and those who are doing socially responsible businesses, but the pandemic COVID-19 has just smacked us upside the head. Nobody expected it to be like this.
Yeah, it's definitely a different year, and it's caused a lot of difficulty and pain, but it's also forced a lot of organizations to get creative and be innovative and do things with technology that they hadn't planned on before, like running an event that's online or communicating differently, and that's kind of pushed a lot of organizations to a new level in a positive way.
And this is the 9th year of Giving Tuesday, and I encourage everybody to participate. Give what you can, and then find something, find an organization that you really like what they're doing, and give yourself. I think that's equally as important as Rachel has said. How long has BlackBaud been involved with Giving Tuesday? Did you create it?
No, we didn't create it. A wonderful man named Henry Timms, who was leading the 92nd Street Y in New York City, created it. But we were a very early partner. I called him up and said, Henry, this is wonderful. We want to be involved. So we have been there through all 9 years of the movement. Got it.
And the 92nd Street Y is a bastion of information and art. I love the art things that they do. I've been to a couple of a couple of events there when I've traveled, which I'm not doing right now. Listen, Rachel, thank you very much. Is there a place that people can find out more about Giving Tuesday?
Sure. They can go to givingtuesday.blackbaud.com, which is BlackBaud, or they can follow any of BlackBaud's social media channels on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, or Facebook, and there'll be lots of stories out there about how organizations are rethinking change during this difficult year.
I thank you very much for joining us here at Late Night Health. I'm Mark Alyn. We'll see you next time.